What is going on, everybody? I want to welcome you into the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. And we're about to talk about Survivor Series 2016. It was headlined by Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, but they shouldn't have headlined it because that match was like 3 seconds. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the traditional Survivor Series matches. We're gonna talk about the championships matches that were there, and that's about it. But we'll talk about it here in a second. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us now while the intro is playing. You can listen to it, you can watch it, you can hit it's a quick tap. It's just quick. It's like a love tap. It's quick. But be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. We will be right back after the intro to go ahead and talk about Survivor Series 2016.
I already know it. I know we about to shine, cause we already glowing. To get all this.
Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an Instant Classic.
And your
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We'll see you on the Dippity Dippity. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we are back for our Survivor Series review for 2016. It started off with a pre-show that started way before I expected it to start. I don't know why I thought it was just going to be an hour pre-show. Nope, they was like, let's make it 5. No, they made it like 2. And I was like, oh, okay, the pre-show's on. All right then, cool. Yeah, this was a long day of wrestling. I felt like, but I feel like I don't know how you feel about this. Just an overall thought before we jump into the parts of the show. But I feel like with Survivor Series, it's a little bit different as far as feeling long because usually the traditional Survivor Series matches last a while anyway because they're elimination and there's so many people to be eliminated. So it kind of goes by. I feel like it kind of goes by a little bit quicker with Survivor Series. Just because of those, it's not like it's 8,000 matches. It's only like those few matches, but because the traditional Survivor Series matches last so long, that's kind of, I think a 4-hour show fits Survivor Series a little bit better than it may with some of the other shows. But I'm kind of curious too, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts about this while you're giving your Survivor Series, thoughts on kind of the 4-hour format. But I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to do Rumble that way too, because this year they've decided to do all 4 of the big 4 pay-per-views 4 hours, and Rumble has been the only one that hasn't been 4 hours. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna kind of push Rumble to 4 hours coming up in January. But how do you feel about the show being 4 hours? And does it kind of fit Survivor Series a little bit better?
I mean, for me, the big 4, I don't have a problem with them being 4 hours because they are kind of the cornerstones of WWE and their pay-per-views. The thing I didn't like was, first of all, we all know my feelings on matches on the pre-show that should probably just be on the main freaking card. But what made it worse was they had a 2-hour pre-show. They didn't even have the matches until the second hour of the 2-hour pre-show. Why? What is the point? I don't. I mean, I liked the matches. I actually did like the matches, but I don't know why we needed all that, because we all know the pre-show is just basically, the video packages that we've already seen for like 2 weeks already, or some interviews here and there. The social media lounge thing was pretty funny. I like that, but I don't know. I feel like if you were going to do a 2-hour pre-show and have 2 matches, have one in the first hour and the other in the second hour. Don't make us wait a whole hour for both matches. It just didn't make sense to me. But as for just in general, the 4-hour format, I don't have a problem with it because I think theoretically it gives more time for matches. Now with WWE, that doesn't necessarily mean that matches get more time, but it gives them a chance to put more matches on the card that don't necessarily need to be on the pre-show, even though they still put them on the pre-show. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's jump into the show. I kind of want to talk about the backstage segments now, just because I don't have them wrote down because LOL, my WWE network sucked tonight. And I tried everything. I did. I tried everything to get it to actually work. Even on my phone. The bad part about it on my phone is it didn't lag at all. Didn't lag at all on my phone. It was just that every once in a while, before I even have the chance to notice, it would switch back like 5 minutes in the show, just rewind back itself. And I'm like, for example, I'm watching the Survivor Series elimination matches. Then somebody I just saw got eliminated is back in the match again. I'm like, what? Wait, what just happened? But I really like the Braun Strowman, James Ellsworth thing, where he was like, "Don't I know you?" I thought that was pretty funny. Like you said, the social media lounge with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, although it was on the pre-show, that was hilarious too. I'm trying to think of the other one that I thought about that I really liked, but I thought the backstage segments were pretty funny. I like that they did them more so in this show than they really do a lot with pay-per-views. It's simply because like with Raw and SmackDown, you don't have that intermingling all the time. So I think it's kind of cool to see them kind of intermingle a little bit in the backstage, especially during pay-per-views. But Casey, any thoughts on any of the backstage segments that we had?
Like I said, I did like the social media lounge, even though that was on the pre-show, and I did like the James Ellsworth and Mick Foley. I thought that was kind of funny. He kept talking about all these matches where Mick Foley gets hurt, and he's like, "Don't you have any good memories of me where I wasn't in pain?" I thought that was pretty funny. And then Strowman, "Don't I know you?" I thought that was kind of funny too. But there were some good backstage segments. I liked it.
Alrighty, let's jump into the first match we had. We haven't got to the pre-show yet, have we? The first match we had on the pre-show, which was Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Daivari versus Rich Swann, Noam Dar, and T.J. Perkins. Only thing I don't like about the freaking cruiserweight division is it's so gimmicky. It's so gimmicky that it's cringeworthy. It's so gimmicky. I can't even take the match seriously. That's how gimmicky the freaking cruiserweight division feels to me. I like at first I liked the purple ropes. I liked that they were trying to distinguish from everything else. But man, like they just go over the top too much. It is like we got all this money to throw at you guys, so we're gonna do it. I don't know what it is, man. Like it doesn't feel like they're putting on bad matches, but it's like hard to concentrate with all the just over the top ridiculousness that they try in these freaking matches. Just as far as like WWE promotion wise, and like freaking turning the ropes purple but I thought this was a good match. I did. I was excited about this match. I definitely thought this was a good match. And another point that I had to make about this match as I was watching it was the crowd. The crowd, like, now, albeit it was the pre-show, so half the crowd wasn't necessarily there. But, I was watching Drew Gulak put on this nice submission on someone, and the crowd was just, like, silent. And I'm like, I'm enjoying this submission. And the crowd's just like, nope, what's a submission? How does that work? Uh, but I was just like, can't they just – I was like, it kind of sucks that this division is on Raw, and obviously they're staying on Raw. Just because I feel like SmackDown is kind of where the hardcore wrestling fan leans towards now for wrestling. Because with Raw being 3 hours, it's one of those situations where like not that they don't wrestle on Raw, but like there's a lot more segments to throw in on Raw because it's so long. But with this, I felt like I felt like it was a good match. I just felt like the crowd was just out of it for no reason. And that's kind of what makes some of the the NXT matches so good is some of it is the crowd. Like the match doesn't have to be that good, but the crowd's into every nook and cranny of it. Like that. I mean, that's what I liked about it. But I definitely thought this match was good. TJ Perkins is over, and I like that. I like that the crowd was so excited to see him. And it was exciting to see a Canada crowd again, just because I don't feel like they get a lot of events for WWE, but when they do, they're always excited to kind of be in it. But any thoughts on the I guess our first cruiserweight match of the night, the 6-man tag? I thought by 6-man, I thought it was gonna be like a 6-man like free for all thing, but they tricked me on that. That's all they do is of 6-man tags. Why?
Because
Free
that's
for all. Let's do it.
what I do. But I agree. I even tweeted it out during the night that WWE needs to stop with all the purple. Just because not only is it way too gimmicky, but you got to think from a live perspective, they're taking all that time. And granted, I will give it to them. Their ring crew is pretty quick with changing things when they need to. Like going from main event to the WWE was pretty quick. But at the same time, with that, all they're changing is like the ring apron and maybe the mat. They're not changing the ropes, all that stuff. So you got to think, for the live crowd, that's kind of boring just watching them. I mean, granted, there are, video packages playing that you see, on TV, but still, for a live show, you want to see wrestling. You don't want to see, video packages and a ring crew and all that stuff. And if they didn't change all that stuff all the time, just imagine, you could add more wrestling into the show rather than, okay.
Nah, why would we do that?
That is true. I thought about that after I said it. This is WWE, but I don't know. It's just I still get, yes, that they are trying to differentiate, but I think the wrestling can do that itself. The wrestling should be able to do that itself. Just to differentiate. We know that the difference between an intercontinental title match and a world title match. Why do we need a specific ropes and everything to differentiate the cruiserweights? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
and
you know what? No, I disagree. I think they need to change the ropes for every match. The Universal title needs to be red. They need to keep the purple for the cruiserweight title. The women's title on SmackDown needs to be blue. Needs to be white for the women's title on Raw. I think they need to change it for every match.
they really don't. They really don't.
It'll probably get to that point. Let's be honest. It'll probably get to that point. At some point, they're gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna change it for every match.
But
oh goodness.
I like this match though. I really did. I felt like, to me, it felt like this match kind of brought back a little bit of the fun of what the cruiserweight division was during the Classic. That's personally me. I mean, yes, the crowd was kind of dead, but I thought the wrestling was good. I thought they all worked really well together. Even though Renee Young interrupted, telling us that something was in 9 minutes. I still don't know what was in 9 minutes, and I kind of want to know. But it was definitely a good cruiserweight match.
I definitely agree. Let's jump into the next match we had on the pre-show, which was Kane versus Luke Harper. I didn't get to see much of this match because I was still transitioning. I was moving my stuff from upstairs back downstairs. So I was still transitioning, but I was watching on my phone while I was kind of moving around. But from what I saw of the match, I enjoyed it. I like Luke Harper versus Kane. It was kind of like what we talked about off air a little bit. Like we were talking about this. Luke Harper and Kane, do they even have a feud? And I was like, I guess they do. I don't know. And still, I don't really know if they have a feud. I think like Kane was feuding with the Wyatt family kinda when Randy Orton turned on him, but it wasn't like a direct feud with Luke Harper though. I didn't feel like, but not mad at seeing Luke Harper on the show. But I enjoyed the match. I definitely enjoyed the match. I was surprised that Kane won though. I was pretty surprised that Kane won, but you know, it was definitely a good match. Any thoughts on Luke Harper versus Kane?
This could have been on Raw or SmackDown. Or SmackDown specifically. I don't know why they put this on here. I really don't. It didn't promote the Survivor Series at all. It didn't promote anything to me. I mean, I get that, yes, Kane kind of had a feud with the Wyatt family, sort of, a little bit, but why? It was an okay match. It wasn't my favorite, but I just didn't understand why they had this on the pre-show.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Let's jump into the Women's Survivor Series tag match. I'm going to give this to you. I'm probably going to give you the first two matches. Like I said, I was still transitioning, but I was still watching the matches. So my notes were very like I didn't have a lot of notes on these first few matches just because freaking I was like trying to like figure out the best setup, how I can like point my Xbox in the right direction to get my router to shoot right down to it. I was trying everything. But I'm gonna give you the Women's Survivor Series tag team match first.
All right. So we had Bayley, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte with freaking Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Carmella, and a special switch with Natalya. You know, I already had a little bit of an issue with Becky, you know, the women's champion not being team captain. But then she comes out first for her team, which I didn't like. I thought she should have come out second to last or last. And then Nikki apparently gets attacked in the back and Natalya takes her place. I mean, I sort of get it, you know, Natalya is Canadian. They were in Canada. I don't think they needed to do this. They could have just made her the, you know, captain or co-captain just from the beginning. I don't think Nikki needed to be in this match if they were just going to do this. I don't know. I just didn't like how they did it. I did like that all of the teams or all of the members of their teams had their respective brand colors on. That was definitely a nice touch. For some reason, I actually really liked Alicia Fox and Carmella starting this match. I felt like they worked well together. You know, the SmackDown queen of my world, Alexa Bliss, made the first elimination of Survivor Series. She made the very first elimination. So right there, she deserves the championship. Right there, she should have just been given it because she is the best. But anyway, I was surprised that Naomi was eliminated via countout. It just didn't seem right to me. But also the throw that Nia Jax did with her that caused the countout just didn't seem like that would have, you know, taken her out for a 10 count. It didn't seem, I don't know. It just, for me, that was like, what? No. But then there was a couple spots in this show that were just like, wait, what? How does that work? But we'll get to all those. Alexa and Sasha in the ring at the same time was awesome. It was amazing and terrible at the same time because I didn't know who to root for. I was like, but Alexa, but Sasha, but Alexa, but Sasha. I didn't know what to do. I was crying. I didn't like that Sasha's. I don't think, I should say, that Sasha's elimination should have counted. Just because, and go with me on this. Stephanie and Mick did not agree to Natalya replacing Nikki. It was only SmackDown that agreed with it. Both sides did not agree with this. Therefore, I demand a recount. And Sasha Banks is still in the match right now. I demand it. It's not right. It's just not right. But I don't know. I did like this match. I kind of wanted it to come down to Alexa and Sasha, and then just end in a draw. I think that would have been a good way to end it. You know, my two girls on top for their respective brands and a draw. I think that would have worked. But I did like the finish with Charlotte and Bayley winning, and then Charlotte attacking Bayley after they won. Definitely built up the heel heat even more. So I'm curious to see where they go with that. But and I'm curious what they're doing with Nikki. If she did get injured and that's why they kind of went that route, or if they were planning on doing this the whole time with Natalya. It just was kind of confusing to me. It didn't. For a second, I before they changed and put Natalya in the match, I was like, "Yep, they're gonna do a Super Cena thing with Nikki where she comes out and fights through the attack." I was like, I know it. They're gonna do that.
I thought that was gonna happen. I'm surprised it didn't really.
Yeah, but thoughts on the women's match?
I definitely enjoyed it. I was excited going into it. I caught the Nikki attack a little bit late. Well, I actually saw it twice because I looked over at my computer and I was like, "Oh God, Nikki's down!" And looked back at my phone and I was like, "Oh God, Natalya's coming out!" So I kind of like saw it twice. But I love this match. I thought it was good. The one thing I like about the Survivor Series tag team matches is all of them felt like they were different. They were different but similar. To the other ones on the card. Like I feel like they all had their like different qualities about them. But
well, yeah,
I like the intertwining of feuds.
The other was men, and the other one was tag teams. But clearly,
you're right. I mean, that is true. That's the obvious. The obvious. Different. But I love the intertwining of feuds in this women's tag team. Survivor Series match. I enjoyed that. And then the double suplex by Nia had me marking out. I don't know what it was. It was like I'd never seen a double suplex before, but I was so hyped. I was like, "Oh my God, she's dead!" Well, not like Eddie Kingston did, but she's dead. I love that though. I did. I enjoyed the double suplex. I thought this was a good match. I was just excited watching this match. I think I underrate my excitement for Survivor Series elimination matches, but after tonight, I know I really like them. Like I remember how much I really liked them. But I was excited. I was excited just for the next ones that we were gonna have, especially the tag team one, just because we had never really seen that before. Like I mean, we'd seen like a 5-on-5 match with men, so like it would be similar with women. So I was wondering how they were gonna book the tag team one later on, but definitely a good match. Then we had The Miz versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship of the world. I was excited going into this match too. I didn't know like which way it could go, which I kind of liked. I liked that Miz had just won. I think having either way, even if Dolph would have still had the title, he still would have just won it not too long ago. So I mean, it still would have been the same scenario. But I definitely thought this was a good match. I still love how the crowd gets so hyped for the figure four. They may hate Miz, but like when the figure four comes out, they just get all excited. For some reason, I forgot Sami Zayn was from Canada, not Toronto. That's what Michael Cole said. As soon as Michael Cole said that, I was like, but he's not though. Like she just said he's from Montreal. She just said these words, Michael. Michael. She just said these words, darn it. But speaking of commentary, I also like that they had different like commentary teams for every match, like a mixture of the Raw and SmackDown. I thought that That was really cool. I like how they did that, how they kind of mix it up every time. They didn't just have the same people calling the matches the whole night. I thought that was cool. I mean, especially when you have 4-man announce teams on both sides. I think they have 4 on both sides. Or either 4 and 4 or 3 and 4. Still, like, I mean, you have enough announcers to kind of mix it up a little bit, and I like how they did that tonight. I thought this match was good though. I was excited to see Sami Zayn. I was like, this could be the night that Sami Zayn finally wins the title. I mean, he's in his home country, so it could happen. It could happen. But then then at the end with the ring bell thing, I thought they were trying to like redo the Montreal screw job again. And I was like, no, stop it. It's too overdone. But I like that it wasn't just like someone calling for the bell. It was actually Maurice like hitting on the bell. That kind of changed my reaction to it. I was like, that's pretty smart. It's a smart move. Real champions learn how, they know how to win. They find ways to win. Just like Triple. I'm not gonna talk about this man, but anyway, definitely a good match. I definitely was excited about this match. I like that Miz. He reminds me a lot of Brian Kendrick in that way. Like he just finds ways to win. He finds new ways to win. And I like how they kind of play. They still try to play off the Montreal screw job because, LOL, that's never going away. But too, they put a different spin on it, which I was fine with. But I enjoyed the match. I was kind of expecting Zayn to come out and win, especially once I remembered he was from Canada. I was really expecting him to come out and win, but definitely a good match. Kind of curious to see what they're going to do with Miz, and we'll talk about this title switcheroo thing here in a little bit. We'll talk about it here in a little bit after we get through the Cruiserweight Championship match. But any thoughts on the Intercontinental Championship match?
Don't you dare try to tell me this wasn't a Montreal screw job. Freaking, it was the Toronto.
Well, technically, they weren't in Montreal.
It was the Toronto version of the Montreal freaking screw job. First of all, before I get into the angry part of this, I think this is the first time I've ever heard a pop for Montreal, Quebec, Canada. When she said Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the fans just popped, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, Montreal, yeah." You're not in Montreal, but that's cool. You pop for the city. I do love WWE's logic, and this was more of this was partially Cole, but again, this is just WWE's logic with Sami Zayn's wrestling debut being in 2002 and the Miz's debut being in 2003. So obviously, Miz is clearly the veteran, being a year whatever.
Technically, didn't Sami Zayn debut like 3 years ago in NXT? like by WWE standards, technically.
But I felt like they did have a bit of a slow start to this match. I also still think it would have been a much better match and would have made more sense to keep the title on Dolph Ziggler and have Ziggler versus Sami Zayn. Just because, again, with the whole title versus career thing, they're just I'm still have an issue with that. It's like that didn't even matter. But the finish, just complete bullshit booking and complete bullshit finish. And no, God, why can they never give Sami?
Wasn't the only one. Wasn't the only one in the show.
Why can they not ever give Sami Zayn anything on the main roster? Seriously, like I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh goodness. Well, wasn't the only finish that we're going to talk about.
To that,
we'll get to it. We'll get to it maybe, or we might just skip it like basically it did tonight. Like basically that match did us tonight. But we got the Tag Team Survivor Series. That sounds weird. Tag Team Survivor Series tag team match of the tag teams and the teams of the tag.
Where they had to tag in and out with the tags.
Yeah, because they was tag teams
and they were
tags. But we had the New Day, Gallows and Anderson, Sheamus and Cesaro, Enzo and Big Cass, and the Shining Stars of the Caribbean going up against Heath Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, American Alpha, the Usos, and Breezango. Now, maybe this is just me actually liking the Hype Bros, but I feel like Team Smackdown should have came out to the Hype Bros theme. Because I felt like it would have been got them more pumped for the match than American Alpha's theme. Because, like, I just thought, I don't know if you felt this way. I just thought it was weird seeing Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder come out all hype and then having to slowly walk down to the ring because American Alpha's theme was playing. I just thought that was weird. But anyway, I was surprised that the New Day ended up. I was really surprised by that, but I like the surprise factor of it. And then on the other side, freaking Breezango got eliminated first on Team SmackDown because, I mean, not that we weren't expecting that though. But they still. I love the fashion police gimmick by Breezango. I don't know what it is about it, but I freaking love it. I think it's hilarious. I love seeing American Alpha kind of do their thing. I enjoyed that. Also, I was excited. I liked how they did the Survivor Series tag team matches where they actually let people get their own entrances. Because I've always hated, like, I get it. You're part of the Team Raw, Team SmackDown, but like I feel like you still should get your own entrance. But the more I see the Shining Stars, the more I like them. The more they just grow on me more and more as just annoying heels, and I like them so much. But this is definitely a good match. I enjoyed it. I was surprised that Sheamus and Cesaro ended up being the kind of sole survivors. But of course, they're gonna get rewarded with a tag team title match. Of all the teams, they could have rewarded Sheamus and Cesaro. Was one. Just saying. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the tag team match?
Yeah, that was my thought on them winning too. But this match, there were so many guys in this match that even when a team was eliminated, it didn't feel like either team got any smaller. I was like, how you do that? Like, there's still the same amount of people. How you do that? One thing I don't necessarily like about the Tag Team Survivor Series match is I would kind of like it better if, not I don't like necessarily that if one member of a team gets eliminated, they both get eliminated. I feel like it should be, each member should have to be eliminated separately because that could kind of
2-hour match.
I know, and it would have filled up more of the time, and we wouldn't have to have a.
Like they could have definitely given this match more time. They didn't need it for the end.
But I feel like that would, bring up some interesting, team ups with guys that don't necessarily like each other but are on the same team. But I did like the match. It was an awesome match. The action never seemed to stop, which I definitely like. I don't know how you feel about this, but I was kind of surprised that it came down to the Usos and Sheamus and Cesaro as the last two teams. Those two teams are the last ones that I would think that it would come down to. And then that Sheamus and Cesaro freaking win and get it. I didn't want either of these teams to win because the Usos don't need another tag team title run anytime soon. And Sheamus and Cesaro just why? God, why would you give it to a team that deserves it? Like, I don't know.
The Ascension? the
It
Ascension?
The freaking vaudevillains. I hate you, WWE. I hate you.
Alrighty, let's jump into the Cruiserweight Championship match. I was still excited for this match, even though I was very vocal about Kalisto. I do like Kalisto. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like sometimes he doesn't get the criticism as like Sin Cara does, because LOL Sin Cara. But definitely enjoyed this match. I liked Brian Kendrick being Brian Kendrick. That's always fun to see. It's always fun to see Brian Kendrick doing his thing. The freaking flip bottom from the apron, bruh. I was like, what? No, he's dead. I mean, he's probably dead. I don't know how he came back. I also enjoyed the freaking bully choke where he threw him from the top turnbuckle. I thought that was amazing. The selling by Kalisto was great on that. It really felt like he was gonna tap. He could tap at any second on that. I definitely enjoyed that. And then freaking Baron Corbin just comes in, and Baron Corbin comes in and just kills Kalisto, and no title, no title change, no cruiserweight division going to SmackDown now. I was so I was surprised, but I understood it. But I think the only thing I was kind of upset about is that Baron Corbin didn't because like he should be mad that he's not in the men's Survivor Series match. I get it that he's still in a feud with Kalisto, and I get it that Kalisto was kind of the reason that he couldn't compete in that match. So I understand that, but I felt like he should have been a little bit mad at like the authority figures too, that they like kind of took him out of the match too. But I like him coming in. I kind of wish it would have been like an actual finish though, like instead of like a disqualification. I kind of wish he would have came in, interfered while the referee his back was turned, or he got knocked down or something. Did something with that. But Brian Kendrick retains via disqualification, and the Cruiserweight division is staying on Raw. So why do they add these stipulations that to where the winner takes the title to their brand? Because nobody took the title to their brand. Don't understand. I don't understand. I was kind of upset about that. I kind of want at least one title to go. If not both of them, because I feel like Raw's in that situation where they could probably make it without like the entire cruiserweight division, and make it without kind of having the Intercontinental Championship on their brand too, because they still have the U.S. title. I think we sometimes forget about that. But anyway, I definitely thought it was a good match. The freaking flip bottom caught me so off guard, but definitely a good match. I enjoyed it. Casey, thoughts on the Cruiserweight Championship match?
Yeah, the flip bottom Spanish fly thing was pretty cool from the apron. But what the hell was with this finish? 2 Toronto screw jobs in one night. Now, I feel like, to me, this makes the Cruiserweight division even more confusing because, okay, the Cruiserweight division isn't going to SmackDown Live is on Tuesday, so it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me at all. And what are they going to do with Kalisto now after his feud with Baron Corbin? I think it would have made more sense to bring the Cruiserweight division over to SmackDown, kind of like what DJ said. The more hardcore fans are, I feel like are watching SmackDown more because it seems like a better show wrestling wise. So I just don't know. I didn't like the finish. I think they still could have done something with Baron Corbin where he attacks him after the match, have Kalisto win, the division gets the cruiserweight, or SmackDown gets the cruiserweight division, whatever, and then he attacks him after the match. I just kind of, to me, confuses everything. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
And they could have did something where like Baron Corbin is trying to take the title from him, but obviously doesn't meet the weight limits. That could have been something they could have built on too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Guess we're gonna continue to get Kalisto and Baron Corbin, which kind of ended abruptly because Kalisto got injured. So, but anyway, let's jump into the next match, which was the Men's Survivor Series Tag Team match. Let me get my competitors back up real quick. Of course, I closed the doggone page. We had
Men's Survivor Series match, not the tag team match.
Yeah, well, it's still a tag team match technically. So,
but it's
I'm just saying.
It's just a Survivor Series.
Technically, it's a Survivor Series tag match. This is how it works.
It's not though. It's not though. It's not.
When you technically think about the technicalities of the technicals and the files of technicals, this is technically. You know what I just said? I really don't. I really have no idea what I just said. I don't. But real quick, while I find these, I do want to give my girl credit. JoJo didn't get eliminated not one time in any of these matches. She was in all three of these, or she was in the ring for like the. Anyway, she didn't get eliminated at all. She didn't. So shout out to her. But we had Team Smackdown, which was AJ Styles, or Team Smackdown Live, because got it, But we had AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon, with James Ellsworth as the kind of mascot. Goodness, freaking. Who was it that was making the chin jokes tonight? Who was it? Somebody made like 8 of them in a row.
Who was that?
Oh, it was Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
They had me cracking up with those. But they're going up against Team Raw, which was Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion, Chris Jericho, his best friend, if you didn't know, United States Champion Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Seth Rollins. I was definitely excited about this match too. I kind of wanted to see how it was going to play out, if what was gonna happen with that. With everything, I've been hearing rumors of the Shield maybe trying to get back together somehow, some way in this match. So I was kind of looking for that in this match too. But I definitely enjoyed it. I loved watching Braun Strowman just kill everyone. It was the greatest thing ever. Like, it was probably the best thing I watched all night. Watching Braun Strowman just destroy everyone ever was fantastic. And I liked that Ellsworth, because I felt like Ellsworth was going to have an impact on this match, but I just didn't know when. And I like it was kind of like Ellsworth getting 1 up on Braun Strowman, who kind of got 1 up or like 5 up on him during that match, that first match he had. I thought that was pretty cool. And then freaking, of course, Ellsworth just, he's dead. Got thrown off the stage through the table. I thought that was amazing too. But just definitely a good match. I like the psychology between all of these men. Like, I love that there was still the bickering in all of the Survivor Series matches tonight. But there was still the bickering within the teams. But this was kind of the match where it really affected them, where Ambrose and AJ Styles were going after each other. Freaking huge elbow drop to the outside by freaking Shane McMahon, because it's not a Shane match without a big elbow through a table. Enjoyed that. and then freaking Ambrose coming back in. We got the Shield reunion. I love how the crowd hates Roman Reigns, right? Because it's the popular thing to do. Because no one has their own opinion. I love how the crowd hates Roman Reigns, but then as soon as the Shield reunites, oh, never mind. He's cool, guys. He's cool guy. He's cool dude. I just think that's funny. But I was excited to see the Shield reunite and do the triple power bomb. Even though it wasn't really a triple power bomb, it was like, all right, pick him up. All right, I got it. Like Roman Reigns being like, okay, y'all can move. Like I thought that was pretty funny. But the Wyatts end up standing tall over Roman Reigns during this match, and I like that Randy Orton took the bullet for Bray Wyatt. I think it's gonna build onto this feud and probably build to an eventual Randy Orton turn on Bray Wyatt. But I like how they're still building the fact that Orton is in with the Wyatts now. I like that they're building that. We could see a Randy Orton Bray Wyatt match at Mania. Maybe they're pushing towards that, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. I was excited. I was upset that Roman got eliminated because he shouldn't have. Because screw you, Canadian fans, U.S. fans, Pennsylvania fans, Texas fans that hate Roman Reigns for no reason. Anyway, screw you guys.
Virginia fans.
Virginia fans, screw you guys too. Anyway, thoughts on the men's Survivor Series match? Survivor Series tag match?
One thing I was kind of upset about is we didn't get anything with Taker, just because he did, give them that warning. If they lost, they'd have to deal with him. So, I mean, even if they did something on the Titantron or whatever, I think that would have been cool. But I was definitely hyped for Styles and Owens starting off this match. I thought that was pretty cool. Like I tweeted out earlier, Owens needs to stop teasing the package pile driver. We all know it's banned. Just stop. Just stop doing it. It's like teasing CM Punk's return. We know it's not going to happen. Just stop. But I will give WWE credit. This match had so many different kind of awesome matchups we kind of wanted to see. So it was kind of cool. You didn't know who was going to kind of face off next. And I don't know if you caught this, but I felt like there was some miscommunication when Shane was supposed to roll up Jericho after the Lion Salt. They just kind of he was just kind of kneeling there for a second, and then Shane was like, "Oh right, I'm supposed to roll you up. Sorry." And then obviously the Shield reunion was awesome. I wonder, are they going to do something with that moving on, or if it's just going to be a one-time thing? But that was definitely cool. Good match though.
Alrighty, this is the moment you all been waiting for, guys. The main
All the
event
build.
of the evening. We had Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. I mean, I chanted Goldberg from like the time the chant started until like probably through this match because it didn't last long. It was cool. It was cool seeing Goldberg, doing his entrance again. Like that was pretty freaking cool. And it's like it was one of those things that I was just thinking about throughout Goldberg's entrance because I didn't get a chance to think about it throughout the match because lost. Why didn't Goldberg come back before? And I don't know if you had thought about that when he did finally come back and he's talking about how passionate he is about it and how all of this stuff and like how especially how excited the fans were to have him back. I'm surprised that he didn't come. He hasn't come back before this time. But I was definitely excited to see this match. Like the build up was great. Regardless of if they can wrestle or not, there's still two big draws that you want to see, so it doesn't really matter. But I was excited. I was excited for this match, and then Goldberg came out with a spear, which I was completely fine with because Cena does it all the time, and I love watching Cena hit an AA and almost end the match immediately. But let's be honest, he never does. I mean, at least Cena doesn't end it this quick, Casey. But Goldberg hits the spear, and then he waits for Lesnar to get up, hits another spear. I thought Lesnar was like legitimately hurt because like freaking Goldberg spears look like, and I thought he was literally hurt. But he hits two spears, jackhammer, and that's it. Secondly, where did Goldberg's son's shirt go? Like he brought him into the ring after the match. This man just missing a shirt. I'm like, hold up now. First off, you got merch because you're Goldberg. Second off, it's cold outside. I know he didn't come here like this. Why did this man not have a shirt on? I don't understand. Anyway, I I mean, I got that. I guess that was the biggest storyline I could take out of this. I do feel like this may push for another match. Now I get it, Goldberg's injured, but like, wow, they could have did anything but this. I'll be honest, I would have rather them had them have like a pre-recorded backstage brawl or something, than to do it this way. Like, there was just so much buildup for that quick finish. And I compared this to the Lashley Eddie Edwards match, and Casey was saying, well, at least that match lasted longer. There was a comeback in that match. There was a chance in that match. With this one, like, I don't understand. Like, I hate they do this to Brock so much, and I'm critical of Brock because he's part time, but to a certain degree, I get it. If you're getting the checks he's getting for wrestling the amount of time he's wrestling, I'll take it. I'll do it. But I don't understand this. Like, I'm fine with Goldberg winning, although it makes him 2-0. So why would Goldberg ever accept another match? But two, like, I get it. Like, Goldberg can win. That's completely fine. But to have Brock Lesnar just basically job out to him, doesn't that kill the entire buildup of the Brock Lesnar character? Like, he's been built as this beast, this monster, this conqueror, the beast, the monster, the animal. Sorry, but he's been built up as this, like, this monster, this beast. This guy who can conquer anything, conquer the streak and all that. But and he's been built up I'll be honest, very well throughout since he beat the streak. And even when he beat the streak, like, basically, so since that time he lost to Triple H, he's been built up very well since that time. But I don't understand why end it this way. And I hope this isn't the last match, because I don't I don't like Brock Lesnar's part time, and I understand that, but I don't like it that Brock Lesnar has to pick up the pieces after this, while Goldberg, if he wants to, can just jet. He can just go. Like, obviously, Brock Lesnar might not be on TV for the next month or two, until probably around about Rumble, but still, I don't understand that. I don't get why they would end this match so quickly. I get the surprise factor, but all this build up for that? All this build up for that? No. I was upset. Like, I get it, Goldberg should be upset. It's emotional, and that's what I was thinking throughout the 3 seconds this match lasted. It actually lasted like 84. But still, like, as this match was going on, and I was like, is Goldberg really gonna win this quickly? I understood the whole emotional thing. He's emotional. It's his comeback, his first hurrah in front of his son, and all that. But still, this quickly? No. Anyway, Casey, thoughts on Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, and try to make it longer than the match was.
Oh, I'll try. I actually think I can guarantee I will. First of all, before I get into the angry part of this again, this was one of those matches where when I finally saw Goldberg's entrance from the back to the front, I was like, holy shit, this is like really happening, because I feel like it didn't feel like it was real until, you actually saw him come out of the locker room, and, he's in his ring gear and he's coming out. Like, okay, this is really happening. And then I did like the opening of the match. I thought it was awesome. You know, Goldberg shoving Brock down and then delivering the 2 devastating spears. I was like, okay, okay. And then the you know, the jackhammer. I was like, all right, okay. He's gonna, they're gonna have, Brock come back, and it's gonna be a great match. And then he pins Brock, kick out, and I'm like, what, bro? What? Like, Brock Lesnar defeated. We didn't want it to happen, but he defeated the streak, something that no one else could ever do. So you're telling me that essentially from this match, you're telling me that Goldberg would only have had to give Undertaker 1 spear and he would have beaten Undertaker. This is essentially how powerful they booked Goldberg in this match. Like, it makes no sense. I don't know how, I mean, yes, we're probably not going to, excuse me, see Lesnar for, like DJ said, until Rumble. But how are they going to bring him back? How are they going to recover from this? I don't, again, like DJ said also, they could have done anything but this. They could have had Brock Lesnar just beat up Goldberg, or like he said, do a pre-recorded thing or something. I didn't want Goldberg to lose, but I didn't want just a squash match. It to me takes all the legitimacy away from Goldberg, or from Lesnar now. It did.
And I think the bad part is they didn't give Lesnar a chance from the very start, because when you think about the build-up of this feud and how Lesnar sporadically appears anyway, during that last segment on Raw, Lesnar was basically walking away. You could say running away from Goldberg. And that already makes you look weak. But like, now I get that, because he's gonna, he's the beast. He fights on his time. I get that. But
I think
they didn't have to do this.
Honestly, even if they did, and I know we were talking about possibly Heyman turning on Lesnar. Even if they did that, it would have made more sense. It would have been better, But oh my, bruh.
I don't.
Goldberg is the most powerful wrestler of all time right now, is essentially what they told us.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now, remember when I said that Lashley's booking has been way better than Lesnar's booking?
Yeah.
I mean, even Casey's admitting it, because but the thing about Lashley is he doesn't lose to like people he shouldn't lose to. Like, not saying he should have lost to Eddie Edwards, but when you look at that loss, it was a one shot thing after a grueling match. After not only a grueling match, but a dominant run, and he's been defending his title against everybody and anybody and whatever. But like Lesnar, the thing about it is, like, Lashley feels more credible because Lashley shows up every week. Lesnar, he just comes whenever he wants to. So when he loses, there's a lot more emphasis on him losing. I'll be honest, I would have rather seen them try to put over Roman Reigns by beating him clean, or trying to put over Rollins by beating him clean, or try to put over even a Braun Strowman, because that's kind of the he's kind of the next big thing. Lols. He's kind of the next big thing though, like literally next big guy, big fella. But I would have rather seen that than to see this. Yeah, Yeah, LB, you're right. I don't even know. LB, I shout out to LB and Betito. Betito's been here the whole time. Shout out to him and shout out to LB because I just saw your comment. Did you watch the show tonight, LB? Because I know LB doesn't watch WWE. Rarely ever does he watch WWE. So I was curious to see if he actually watched the show tonight. But he knows about the main event though. But yeah, like I didn't want it to go this way. Like I hope they push for another match. Like because they have to pick up these pieces now. Like the only way they can fix this is to have Goldberg beat. I mean, not Goldberg. Goldberg's beating everybody at this point. Have Brock Lesnar beat Goldberg. Now they can do it at Mania. I don't know if they will. Okay, watch for the Goldberg match. But yeah, like I don't know if they'll do another match, but they need to. Now they have to do it. I don't think you can have Goldberg be 2-0 against Brock Lesnar. The bad part is you would think Brock Lesnar would be out for kind of redemption anyway. But whatever, I guess. Yeah, LB said that this match was the only reason he watched the pay-per-view. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad that like if this was the reason you watched the pay-per-view and this what you got. Like, oh goodness. But anyway, we're gonna head out of here. That was just Survivor Series 2016 review. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Share the video because I want to hear other people's reactions on that match. That match. I want to hear other people's not predictions, but reactions to that match. I guess I'm sure it wasn't what your prediction was. But yeah, like I just want to kind of hear other people's thoughts. So feel free to share the video. Give us a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more of the WWE content, TNA content, NXT content on the weekly WWE review content, retro reviews when my network's not being dumb as it likes to be. But I don't know if we're still gonna do 1991, but I mean, I feel like Casey's already watched it, so he might still want to do it. So I'm gonna try to push through and find some way to watch the doggone show. But anyway, we do hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to shout us out, guys, because we love y'all and we keep doing this content, and we want to continue to build on the thing that's always an instant classic. I mean, it just is. But anyway, we'll see you guys later on the next episode of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant